taking over, that's a promise, not a threat.
Uppercut season off top, you stop breathing.
And then our last and final topic is a topic that elicited a lot of strong reactions. From people from all over the boxing, from insiders to one particular outlet to boxing Twitter, to boxers themselves. It's the case of one undisputed lightweight champion of the world, Devin Haney, and Ring Magazine. So, in case if you've been under a rock lately, Ring Magazine released their pound for pound list, the most recent one, and one undisputed champion was missing off that list. And then in the contrast, another fighter who hasn't really done any pound for pound things in a while was still on there. And that kind of set off a kind of a shitstorm. A shitstorm that Devin Haney himself was like, had to mention himself. Like, it's like, what the fuck, guys? Like, look, I wrapped up all these fucking belts. Like, I beat Crocodile Dundee in Australia. I signed with the Jew. You know what I'm saying? I made a deal with another Jew to give him a rematch after someone who already sunned over 12 rounds with one jab. Like, what the fuck do you want from me? You know what I'm saying?
And now 135 is dead because we have a unified champ or undisputed, right?
Right, yeah. But Ring Magazine is like, he's still missing. Like, we're not gonna include him. And so dude is like, look, I think it's Dougie Fisher is like, hey, he tried to explain it, but Devin didn't really want to hear it. He didn't really want to hear it
because it was cap. It was bullshit. That's why there's nothing to explain. Like, look, man. You want to know what's the biggest difference between new boxing media and old boxing media?
Let us know, bruh.
It comes down to 4-letter word, LOMO. New boxing media and most casual objective fans don't believe Lomachenko is pound for pound top 10. We'll give you top 12, give you top 15, give you top 20. We just don't think he's done anything deserving of top 10. And we've had discussions on this before, and we could name boxers who we felt have done more recently, done more to be top 10 than Lomachenko. And I said Golovkin is one of them. Mm-hmm. I'll take a Marotta, the Toyota fight, over Komei and Nakatani.
Yes, sir.
I think that's just a better win, especially when you knocked him out. And he was the bigger guy. Like, that's just me. So when I look at how they just go so hard and just, Lomachenko did this 12 years ago and this, that. So Charlo lost to Tony Harrison. But you're bigging up a win over goddamn Gary Russell from how long ago?
Yeah,
like it's just always excuses and moving the goalposts, and people are just tired of it. And now you had a Devin Haney finally become undisputed, and y'all don't even want to give him the Jermell Charlo treatment. Y'all just saying fuck it, he's not worthy of being on there. Y'all bringing up all these other examples. I seen the motherfucker talked about Callum Smith, and I'm like, Callum Smith was never undisputed. He was the ring champion.
And he had a legit belt with the WBA, but that was pretty much what.
Yeah.
We give him that respect, but he was, that was.
He didn't do enough to be your pound for pound. So it's like that's not the same as being undisputed, like but Devin Haney has.
But I think the biggest thing for me that's pissing me off about the whole like I said, like you mentioned before, it's like, yeah, they don't want to give people like the Charlo treatment, but I think it's the way that both fans and other fighters, like the boxers in this division, avoid him. Like Ryan Garcia is a documented duck of him. Like it's bad to the point where dudes talking about, oh yeah, I want to fight Tank at 140 or some sort of wild catch weight instead of cashing in on my Mando title shot, which is a fight that can be made easily because they all see dollar signs with every promoter.
Now, if he got all these other big fights happen, then I wouldn't even be saying nothing about the duck, because I'm like, well, this nigga fought Tank. He fought Teofimo. He fought Barboza Jr. Then it's like, man, it's cool. Maybe he wasn't ready for Haney. But when you still fight lesser ops, it's like, nah, nigga, it's a duck.
It's an absolute duck. D-U-C-K. Duck.
Duck goose, nigga. You goofy as fuck for that shit.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, and then it's just like, you know, and of course you have the promoters. Like the promoters have to, you know, like I said, we all know, it's documented that, you know, pretty much Devin had to leave Eddie where he had already got paid. Like, you know, Haney's probably benefited from probably other than Joshua financially the most, you know, from his affiliation with Eddie. Like, because he got paid with the zone deal, so he's not the other niggas out there. Like he's already paid at 22. Like dude be rocking his jewelry and shit like that. So dude realized he had to sign to get his, you know, to get the underfight. He had to sign with Bob for 3 fights. You know, had to pretty much cave into every demand that Kambosos and DeBella came up with, and then he had to listen to Kambosos, you know, because the spotlight was on him for the first time in his career. You know, thinking that he was some sort of like sage in an old martial arts movie and shit like that, talking a whole bunch of nonsense, and this nigga could barely make weight and got his jab faced off for 12 rounds. Like,
and got boxed up and clapped up quick. Like, just a whole waste of time performance to the point where we don't even want to see a rematch. We just want to go into the Lomachenko fight. Lomachenko now want to take on a good opponent, and it's like boxing moves too slow. Because he literally could have had a fight with an Ortiz level guy before this.
Right, absolutely. Yeah, Lomachenko wasn't, you know, like, you know, I mean, probably the best thing Lomachenko has actually done is not to go after Kambosos immediately, because he was dealing with some military shit like that.
But he couldn't. He wanted to. Kambosos waited for it. Was, dude, the reason why they could move like this, and that's the problem, and everyone's been pointing it out, is boxing media lets them do it. There's no accountability from them, and I just didn't appreciate the whole smart-assy, sarcastic comments, the way the editor was speaking to Haney. Like, we get at fans all the time for talking greasy to the boxers, but nigga, you an editor, you the writer, like you don't even have you don't have a standard.
Yeah, and the thing is, it's not just that; it's also fans too. Because I can't begin to tell you how many fans, you know, like pretty much once they saw him do that, like they're the cast that they would say like boxing is hit and not get hit, and they're like, oh well, you know, Haney was boring. You just jabbed this nigga's face off. Well, and whose fault is that? Like you have to keep it real. Like, you know, Kambosos decided that he wanted to get his jab faced off. Like, what the fuck is he gonna do? You think he's not gonna do anything?
He didn't complain about it.
But then the worst thing is too is like comparing them, like, you know, like let's just say like, you know, he actually did it, and then, you know, oh well, Tank could do the same thing. And this is, I think, it's the one pissed off because it's always Tank with the hypotheticals. Tank could do this. Tank could do that. 135. If Tank could do this, why doesn't he do it? You know what I'm saying? It's just like, because PBC, and you know, he'd have to, you know, Haney.
It's not like he's sparking out the niggas he fighting. He didn't just, you know, he struggled with Barrios and Rolly, like.
Yeah, and on top of that, like, I mean, like I said, both guys went to both Haney and Tank went to the 12th round with Gamboa, and you know, and Tank got a mercy stoppage in the 12th round. Like that's not a good stoppage. Like, you know, Gamboa was clear-eyed and everything, he just couldn't walk, and the referee still felt like it was mercy in the 12th round. Like, you know, like there's no separation even in the common opponents like that. So it's like, you know, Tank can do this, Tank can do that. Tank's not doing it. Like, you know, Tank has his GameStop belt, and he's fighting, you know, opponents that are not really on his level on pay-per-view, instead of fighting the fights that we want to see him in, like a Haney fight. A Haney Tank fight gets all the attention in the world.
But see, that's the thing. Like, Tank is usually evaluated correctly by the media and everybody, whereas Devin Haney is popular and all that shit, and it's like the whole vibe is different with him, and it's just not a good look if somebody says, "Look, I don't even want to represent y'all belt, y'all company, because I feel like y'all are evaluating my career unfairly.
Right.
And I'm good with that. And then instead of trying to take the time and be like, okay, and be explaining this, that, which you're past the point of that, because we already went through this shit when Charlo became undisputed.
Yeah, because we recognized early, like once he beat Rosario for the 2 belts, I was like, yo, this dude should be getting more pound for pound. Like, dude is a top dog in a top division.
But dudes kept moving the goalposts.
Once you have 3 belts for undisputed, you should be on the top 10 pound for pound. It's in my opinion. I don't care how you got. I mean, as long
the
as
only way you're not if there's other people who's undisputed with better undisputed wins. That's the only way I could see you not making it.
Yeah.
And then every division had to damn near be undisputed.
Right.
Right. Exactly.
Yeah, and that's why. So it's like Devin Haney should absolutely be on there. Like in the
You mean
it's like,
Bivol jumps on there over him? Like, come on. Lomachenko's still on there? Stop. Shit. I don't even like Alyssa. I don't even remember seeing Shakur Stevenson name on there.
But he was actually on there. He was actually the number 10 spot. And truthfully,
that's low.
Yeah, if you want to push Shakur, but it's like, I don't know what it is about Devin Haney. It seems like Devin Haney is like is so much of a maverick that people just don't want to fuck with them in any way. Like they'll like, and frankly, Devin Haney does what a lot of these young niggas in this generation don't want to do. And he wants to be like, dude actually sacrificed. He actually, and he already got paid young. Like he's only 22, 23. Like, dude got it from the dirt. Like, dude used to fight in them fights at 15 in Mexico. Like, him and his father Bill, they came up like rough. Like this wasn't no cookies and cream shit. Like, nigga wasn't getting no looks on the Floyd undercard like Tank was. Like, like he didn't have, like dude was given the belt and was email champion, that even though it was clear that wasn't his fault. Like, WBC gave him it, and then the WBC took away his belt on some bullshit and then gave it back to him on some bullshit. Like, even for no reason. Like, I don't know what it is about him that's just like, yo, look, man, like
and Boxer Media kept with the same vibe.
Yeah,
remember Max didn't even want to call him a undisputed champion. He said, "You're the champ now."
Yeah,
and Devin Haney had to say something, but did Max attitude? Like, I don't know. I ain't gonna lie. Boxing is exposing a lot of these dudes who was damn racist or have a fucking way. Because Montero was put on the Summer Jam screen too.
Yeah. I mean, like, it's no secret him and Steve Kim. Like, obviously in the golden days of boxing. So when you're on Boxer and boxing forums, that's the generation me and LB are from. Like, used to see, like, it used to be like Wild Wild West, and you used to see some of these niggas on there saying whatever the fuck they want to say, and now they try to act like they don't say, or if they do, it's not as direct anymore.
Maybe on some racist shit. Let's keep it.
Yeah, no,
it's funny because, it kind of highlights the difference in like in their community versus our community. I'm gonna keep it real. When it comes to black fans of the sport, we judge based off of results and results only. For example, I have said for years I personally do not like Josh Taylor. I think he's a bitch ass motherfucker.
Same here.
But the man can fight, and I can't take that away from him. And he has a hell of a resume, and I have to rank him accordingly to that. And I do, and I have no issues with that. Right. Like, my biases are never, regardless of how I feel about Josh Taylor. That's how we are. We give props where props is due if the results are there. These motherfuckers, the results are there for these guys, and they want to add it. They don't want to judge them on the results. They can't let their fucking biases go. And it's
put all the personal feelings into it and everything.
Right.
Yes. Like, there's no and like I said, the whole thing was like Charlo too. That was the other thing. Like, they couldn't get their personal biases out the way, where they just fucking started ranking Charlo where he belongs. Like, they're not results based as they think they are. And then, like,
yes, they mad that we're calling it out now.
Yes, and then when we mention like because Dougie was acting funny style. He thought he was slick when he meant, like, when people was like, well, you know, why is Loma in the top 10, yada yada, and of course he does what he always does, and he tries to shoehorn Chocolatito in it. Well, but Chocolatito, nigga, we're not talking about fucking Chocolatito.
Right. See, the thing is, if Lomachenko was like number 10, they'd have at least, it'd be some type of compromise where we're like, okay, they got him at the bottom, number 10. Meaning, about the next time someone has a big win and Loma don't do anything, he should be out of there. But they strategically keep him in the middle.
Number 7. He's always number.
Yeah, to keep from having to take him off. He'll be number 7. Next time it'll be number 6, or next time it'll be 8, whatever. It'll always be in that range because they don't want to have to take him off, because they know if they put him at 10 and someone else does something crazy, or he doesn't look good against Ortiz, which could happen, both could happen.
Yep.
Then you can't justify him being number 10 anymore. And you would have to take him off the list. So it's strategic. Just like how we talked about how Golovkin was always an opponent for Canelo, like break glass in case of emergency.
Yeah.
That's what Lomachenko is for old boxing media. That's their only grip.
Mm-hmm.
They keep him there on the middle of the list. And like King P said, when you bring the fire to these dudes bring up other boxers, and no, it's this motherfucker we're talking to. We're evaluating him.
Right.
And y'all doing, and it only make it worse because y'all bring in Chocolatito and y'all did him dirty too.
Right. Really dirty.
So it's like, which one is it? Like, you know what? Don't bring up anybody. Just fix it.
But at least with Chocolatito, though, Chocolatito doesn't have that type of, like, they're not trying to play him to the left like Haney's doing. Like,
yeah, they still give Chocolatito his props and his respect.
And I'm not gonna let them get away with that because they obviously shoehorn Chocolatito is they use him as goodwill to like goodwill to the fans, and I'm not buying it. Like, I don't give a fuck about Chocolatito because he knows the hardcores like Chocolatito. So it's like he keeps it in the back pocket just in case he gets questioned for something. It's Chocolatito.
It's the break in case emergency shit. Like,
right. Whereas unfortunately,
I'm getting pressed. Hold on.
Yeah. The problem is in case of emergency, break glass only works once. You can't do it fucking over again because it's not an emergency anymore.
Yeah, these niggas doing it weekly.
You know, so and it's just worse because Haney doesn't have that. Haney doesn't have that coordinates, and like pretty much anything that happens to him that's a negative. Oh no! Like people were at the Haney Jojo Diaz fight, even though I was there. Like, you know, I know that the arena was actually
niggas are bringing up fight attendance.
Yeah,
Kambosos is not that good, but then it's like, okay, so by proxy, Lomachenko isn't that good because he beat the guy that beat Lomachenko. So which one is it? Like, if you beat no one, I don't know why this era of boxing fans questions the man who beat the man who beat the man.
Right.
We never used to question that. If you beat the man that beat the man, then you're the man. We don't care if the man you end up eventually beating was a crackhead or somebody. That crackhead had to beat something to beat that bad motherfucker in the first place.
Right. And the thing is just the whole disrespect, because I mean, obviously the whole this whole mess started with Lomachenko, because Lomachenko had his Mando with Devin Haney coming up, but this nigga decided, hey, you know, I want to be a franchise champion like Canelo. And the WBC caved into that. So they made Haney a full champion, and the email champion comes up there, and then Lomachenko gets beat by Teofimo Lopez. Now, Teofimo wasn't talking that undisputed shit before it when he won it. But after, give it a week or so, dude was like, yeah, I'm the undisputed champion. I got the franchise belt. Like, what? And then, you know, he loses his first title defense to Kambosos. Kambosos, you know, again, Kambosos used to say, oh, yeah, no, I'm not the undisputed champion. You know, I got to fight Devin Haney. You know,
all these niggas only humble for like one night, and then it's like precious.
Then all of a sudden, you know, then you got, yeah, I'm undisputed champion, and then you get a whole bunch of, you know, this niggas thinking that he's Kane from the Kung Fu series and shit like that. I can see clearly with my third eye, shit, mate. you know, that type of shit, nigga. So it's just like, you know, it's just fucking weird how much disrespect that Devin Haney has gotten. It's all warranted. Like, look, during Haney's run, you can criticize him for the Linares fight because, like I said, it was not a good look for Haney for Linares to be standing after 12 rounds, not hurt, not knocked down, not knocked out, and then Haney kind of, you know, in trouble for the last 3 rounds of the fight. Yeah, you know, that's a criticism. Or, you know, or he shouldn't have fought Gamboa. He should have done something. Yeah, that's criticism. But other than that, you know, Haney hasn't done anything. He hasn't ducked the fight. In fact, he openly wants to fight. Like, dude goes to Ryan Garcia fights, and you know, and Ryan Garcia's like, "Wow, who should I fight next, guys?" You know, and this
the nigga standing next to you.
Yeah, it's like, you know, it's like.
So hold on, so y'all don't think Haney is industry enough? Like, he don't play ball enough with these dudes? Like, I mean, what do y'all honestly feel about that?
What do you mean? What do you mean he hasn't played ball? Like, he's played ball. Like, he took whatever the deal that they threw at him. They said take it or leave it for the Kambosos fight, and he fucking.
I mean, look, I'm not disagreeing with you. I agree with you. I feel like he's done everything.
He's taking less money with those. He took less money. Like,
honestly, he's done everything he's been asked of, but for some reason, it's just not enough. And that's why I'm asking y'all. Like, do y'all think y'all pretty much agreeing with me? Like, he's been playing ball and doing what he has to do. So
I think it's the fact that because
what is it?
I think it's because I mean, he's moved so independent. Like I said, this dude started fighting out in Mexico when he was 15 years old. Like, you know, like dude's background's not like him and his father Bill have been doing their own thing, and it's paid off. And like,
but I mean, you have father-son teams that have been doing their own thing, yada yada yada. Like, I mean, honestly, I'm thinking it's more. I think it's just the racism coming out of it. Really.
Well, I mean that too, but like you have to say, like, I mean, because like Haney, unlike some of these young cats, Haney is already financially well off. Like, dude is paid. That's the problem. So he's not pressed like some of the young fighters.
But even then, so okay, we have a guy who's already paid good, still wanting tough fights. What's the problem? Because usually when somebody's already paid good, they kind of
boring. He's boring.
He's boring. He doesn't knock. Oh, he's not tanked.
I mean, this is the thing. Like, one fight or two, if you put the Gamboa Kambosos, and we've seen worse fights. I think niggas is hating because it's more dominant than just
because like I said, because it was a fight that because it's worse because Kambosos came off a Fight of the Year candidate with Teofimo, where, you know, it was blood and a whole bunch of fades being thrown out, and then this nigga gets his face jabbed off, like in one side.
I mean, that's his fault. If he was cool with, if he settled for that, then you get what you train for.
Yeah, shit.
If you train to eat jabs, then when you do it, and that's it. Like, you know, don't try to flex on the damn reporter afterwards and all that shit, you know, because y'all boxers gonna flex on the wrong reporter one day, and nigga gonna welcome that fade.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, I'm telling you, I'm just honestly like there needs to be a shift in the game, a shift in the sport. Like, y'all gotta start really treating people like with more respect. Like, and I'm talking about all around, all of us. Like, the boxers with the fans with the boxers, the media with the fans, media with the boxers, all of it. Like, it's a circle of life. Like, we all flow together. It works. But this animosity niggas is having just because we're challenging something that we feel that you're doing bias or emotionally or racially. Because no one has yet to give me a good argument why Lomachenko should still be top 10 pound for pound. I have yet to hear one. Like, honestly, I feel like you could do a poll, and if you was to say how many people have think Lomachenko is pound for pound top 10, and I feel like a lot of people would still pick no.
Now, make one second about Lomachenko. Like, I'll be the first to say I've never been. From jump, I've never been a fan of Lomachenko. Like, you know, but Lomachenko has a copy.
But we give him his props, and you know I speak highly of Lomachenko. I'm a fan of Lomachenko. Like, the only time I picked against Lomachenko was against Teofimo. I was the first one to remember the Luke Campbell fight. I was like, yo, Luke Campbell's gonna push Loma. That's gonna be a hard fight for dude. Ended up being a hard fight.
You know, and like I said, like Lomachenko, for what he's done, like I mean, he's 1,003 divisions and was on his way to really being, you know, could have been a really good or even borderline great lightweight before he started pulling this ridiculous shit that he was.
Yeah,
pulling.
like he's on some diva shit, and he's not really on no diva shit. It's the media is allowing him to be that way. Like chill. The man ain't want the Pacquiao fight. You know, the man didn't want to move up. Like, he's doing this thing at 135. Leave it at that. Like, stop trying to make him more than what he is. Y'all try to take his loss away. No, we remember the Salido ass whooping. Stop.
Yeah, and like the constant disrespect, you know, that, you know, and Ward, and I never forget that picture of Ward and Crawford standing there while Teddy Atlas is telling them, that why Lomachenko, who had probably had like 10 fights at that time, who was like 9-1 with 7 knockouts, was better than them. You know,
niggas like, really?
Yeah, them niggas had the meanest grills on their face. Like, you know, there was like, you know, this Scarface ass motherfucker, man. Like, the fuck? Yeah,
they give Lomachenko gets too much preferential treatment.
Mm-hmm. Right, and the border, and the funny things too, it kind of underrates and overrates him, like in a way, because Lomachenko is a talent, you know, but when you start overrating him in a way, it's like, you know, like he's like, you know, like you can't, like no other fights can't be better than him on the list, especially, and that's one of the better byproducts of all this undisputed shit going on is like, yeah, if you're undisputed, like, you know, or you're unified 3 belts, like, Lomachenko, you deserve to be higher than Lomachenko right now, because he's not either. Like, he lost his belts in the ring, and he hasn't really, and he hasn't
beaten really he's beaten the opponent he lost to. He's beaten his leftovers.
Right. Yeah.
So it's like, and you only look better on one of the fights, so you don't even have the whole, yo, I'm mopping up your leftovers because you couldn't stop him. You don't even have the Golovkin Sergio Martinez angle.
Right. Absolutely. Yeah. Exactly.
So you can't even use that. So why are you still top 10? Like, and why are you motherfuckers arguing so hard? And even to the point y'all being disrespectful to Haney.
Yeah. Like Haney,
the whole mail. Haney should mail that motherfucker back. Yo, bring out the goddamn stats. But bring out the poll results.
All right, here we go. I was waiting for it, and here it goes. Poll time. You know, we got the best polls, gang.
Yes, sir.
So it was a simple one. It's just, should Devin Haney drop the ring belt for not being on their top 10 pound for pound list? Yes or no? We got 120 votes so far. You know, keep voting. And 52% said no, and 48% said yes.
That's crazy. That's how split. That's how close it is. That's one of the closest polls we've had in like years.
Right. Well, I mean, some of them, like, I said no only because it's his, and you know, he earned it. Don't give it back.
Yeah.
Keep it, store it. You know what I'm saying? And somebody else said that. Shout out to my guy Nyota Box. He was like, fucking store it away like a cheap collectible, and then when the ring riders decided to make with their petty insults and ridiculous gymnastics, he's like, just prop it up, you know, because fucking they like to prop up Loma. Fucking keep that in storage. You just pull it out like, this is yours. I'm not giving it away.
Look, I'm not pound for pound top 10, but why do I have this Ring Magazine belt? I'm not this, I'm not that, but you're a champion. Yeah, I mean, I get that. I fuck with it, but I voted, he should trash that shit. Fuck it. It's new boxing media, new day. If y'all don't care about y'all name and the credibility of y'all name, why should I care about the credibility of y'all belts?
So, funny enough, I just want to point this out, that Mr. Dougie Fisher actually liked one of the comments on the poll. Somebody, Batman Boxing, said, he's not a pound-for-pound fighter and should relax. Recognition will come with consistency of high performance. It took much longer for Jermell Charlo to enter in the top 10, and he did that after a really great performances over Castaño. He really should. He earned it. There's so much wrong with this. I don't know where to fucking start.
Go start. Go get it. I mean, you can tag me when you're done.
Okay, first of all, I love how they just threw fucking Jermell Charlo into this. Oh, well, you know what I'm saying? It took longer for Jermell Charlo to enter the top 10.
Because y'all was doing
like,
the same
he should,
bad
yes,
evaluation.
Exactly. He fucking took too long to get on that shit. He deserved to get it in earlier. So what the fuck are you talking about? Like, oh, well, you know, he did it. He entered after a great performance over Castano. No, he should have already gotten in there. What the fuck
He should have been in there.
about?
Exactly. And see, and that's the problem. If y'all gonna keep doing that shit, then it's like, why I'ma parade y'all belt? I don't care if it's free. Like the Ring magazine, if y'all writers and y'all editors ain't shit, if y'all ain't on nothing, y'all not hitting on anything, then it's like, doesn't that translate to the magazine as well? Doesn't that translate to the belt? If the magazine don't stand for shit, what the fuck the belt stand for?
Right.
Shit, Pat Pilot, what the fuck did y'all vote?
Pilot.
I picked. I think I said to throw him away myself. Yeah, I remember.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, like, you know, on some Riddick Bowl, throw it in the trash can type shit for real. Because it's disrespectful and obviously it's covert racist.
I just say like the back talk, and then it's like Doug Fisher doing it. It's like, dude, what kind of cooled out shit is this? Like
the requirements needed for a black fighter sometimes.
Let me put it like this. And I'll just say this. When Haney was like, yo, I have your belt, I should just drop this or not come to the room with it. Dougie like replied, yo, send it back to me then. I guarantee you, if that was Ryan Garcia that said that instead of Devin Haney, they would be like, "Oh, champ." Then he tried to Dougie would try to duel it. He would never say, "Okay, Ryan, let's send it back." No, he would
pretty much digitally suck his dick.
Yes. Like what? The
shout out to Henny Gosling. I see you tapped in late. Yeah, and you're absolutely right. Anybody else says that, then these niggas is trying to patronize him and placate him and just, oh, calm down, you good. Nah, oh man, see, what you gotta understand is that your greatness hasn't transcended to the list, my brother. And the motherfucker give all these types of freedom speeches to somebody else, but a black man is to get that shit back, man. Like honestly, that just feel like some, like, imagine escaping from slavery and you get to freedom, but freedom is being a prisoner. A prisoner and a slave is different. Like, just so we understand, like,
right.
But now it's like you're a prisoner at a small minimum security joint. So you walking around, you more free than a slave, but you still a prisoner.
Right.
So it's just like, imagine how you feel when you escape the prison now. Like, do you want anything to really represent the prison, even though it was better than slavery, which you got out of earlier?
Right.
And I feel like that's what they're trying to damn contain Haney on some damn, like, I know Pilot was saying on some covert shit, like covert racism.
I think it's over.
Yeah, it's over. Yeah, it's like,
I think it's over, nigga.
It's obvious, and I feel like that's what they're trying to do. They're just trying to just like really play him left, and it's just not a good look, man. Like, boxing's gotten way popular, and all the people who are the damn YouTuber fans, they're gonna eventually pay attention to more pro boxers. See, this is what people don't count on happening. The YouTubers are just the Jake Paul niggas, they just a gateway. They're not gonna be the end all be all. What happens is, once they're the gateway, then you start making people care about the damn big fights in normal boxing.
Right.
The Jake Pauls helped the Crawfords and Spencers become bigger fights. Just like they helped the Devin Haneys become bigger fights, the Ryan Garcias. But if you fucking over the younger generation like the Devin Haneys, like you're not really for the sport. If you talking to a world champion like that, you telling them, yeah, send the belt back. Like, what kind of damn shit is that? Like,
yeah, it's absolutely disrespectful, and like it's like you're just tired. Like, you can't say anything about like if you want, you can't say the whole fighters don't take risks. But then the one young fighter that actually took the biggest risk and actually came up smelling roses, and you're still shitting on him. Like, nah, that shit ain't cool. Like that's wild, unacceptable.
It's like, dude got his freedom, but y'all still trying to treat him like a prisoner. Like,
basically,
he did what y'all wanted.
Yeah, basically, they're giving him, he went from a slave to the Jim Crow treatment, basically.
Yeah, yes, there you go. Yeah. That's even better. Yeah, but basically, that's basically what they're doing, and it's like, well, goddamn, like, I won y'all belt. Hold on. First of all, I took the fight that y'all wanted. If I wouldn't have took this fight, no matter how bad the deal was, y'all would have blamed it on me. Nobody would have said, hey man, I feel you, they was gonna fuck you over. Nah, I would have never got that excuse. So I did that to the point where people was like, God damn, I'm surprised he took it, but it's cool, he'll do it. Right. Now it's like he did it for what? Like, you don't even want to. It's like he got the accolade. Y'all ain't even want to give him the accolades for it. Y'all was just, okay, yeah. Shout out to the champ. You don't want the belt no more? Oh, give it back. Yeah, return it. I could. And this nigga Dougie was pretty much giving him instructions. Like, yeah, DM me, I'll DM you. We'll get address. I'm like, what the fuck?
Yeah, it's funny. That's how it's like wild. But like I said, no one. I mean, other than like, if it wasn't for like the YouTubers this time, actually saying like, yo, this is fucked up. It's like, this shit would be like, oh yeah, this is just Haney being difficult. Haney doesn't want to play ball. Like, boo hoo. Haney's not pound for pound. This, like, Haney, like, would your favorite fighter will wishes that he could actually rule a division. Like Haney got to that point because. Haney got all his belts, like legitimately. Like, I mean, that's what's all about, being the number one best in your division. And it's just like,
because remember, the ring belt used to be the belt that was the realest belt in the game. It's no longer like that no more. Because the pound for pound list ain't even the realest in the game.
Right.
So fuck all that shit. If he want to throw away the belt, fine. He getting money. He paying the sanctioning fees. They was trying to clown him for that. So it's like, you can't win with niggas that just don't like you.
Right.
So all this, like, okay, I'm gonna wear J's because this person like J's, but then you wear J's, they like, nah, like, they don't look good on you, nigga, because it's me. You don't fuck with me.
Yeah, the goalpost always gets moved for guys they don't like.
Yeah, so it's like, if that's the case, just chuck the fucking belt and just do what you do.
Have Loma versus Jermaine Ortiz for the ring belt and see how that looks.
Right.
Yo, honestly, honestly, that might be the post. That might be the poll right there. Do you think the Ring Magazine belt should be on the line for Ortiz Lomachenko?
Mm-hmm.
I actually want to see the comments for that. Like,
yeah,
you know what? Fuck that shit. Yeah, that's going up today. Like, I need to see that. Like,
yeah, for real, because it really is, because it's like, because. Yeah,
these motherfuckers liking, posting, comments and shit on the other one. Nah. Fuck
like, I mean, if the undisputed champ can't even be, can't even be a ring champion. Like, it's gonna make it hard. Like, what are you gonna do? Is it Lomachenko or fucking Tank? With his.
Yeah, I almost want to see you put that up right now while the cast is going. Should the Ring Magazine be on the line? Should the ring champ belt be on the line for Lomachenko versus Ortiz?
it's just maddening. It's just I just can't.
Because y'all don't care if Haney has it. Like if a motherfucker who has it, they're undisputed. If y'all don't care that an undisputed person has it, it's like, and y'all want Lomachenko to be this pound for pound superstar motherfucker that is just gonna always be there in our faces, no matter how many losses or leftovers he beats or whatever. Then have every fight that Loma's in for the ring belt.
Right.
Solves everything.
Yeah.
Like, that's it. Like, because y'all obviously don't think he lost to Loma to Teofimo.
Right.
Right.
I'm beginning to think, do y'all think Kambosos beat Teofimo?
Yeah, it's like it's just
like when is it going to stop? Are we just going to retroactively just make Lomachenko the champion no matter what?
Yeah, the revisionist history on this guy is just like it's been ridiculous. It's just like calm all that shit down.
And me myself, I don't know about y'all. I want to like Loma, but it's like the fans make it sometimes unbearable. The fans and the media.
Fans and the media. It's like a double-edged sword, both of them. And I still fuck with Lomachenko, but it's just like after the Teo fight and leading up to the Teo fight, because this, it's takeover all day, but I seen what they was doing, like, and it's just disgusting. And now
one thing too is like when Lomachenko came out, like I think I swear I was like in the minority. Like I used to be like, because
you don't like nobody, so like no one's stunting you.
Well, let's just say people came around on that one. Like this is like the shit that I was like, yo, like Lomachenko, like it was like what it was like. Niggas act like this nigga was like untouchable. It's the Matrix, but he lost his Selena. Like, and niggas was like, oh no, yeah, Lomachenko. Like, I it used to be like really bad. Like, I used to be like on an island all by myself when I saw this. But now it's like quiet. Like the Lomachenko stands that were on that, like they're silent now. They don't want to say some shit like now. They don't. Like
everybody's too critical about him now. Everybody's able to just pull up Ring Magazine rankings from 2015 and. And records and this and that, like, yeah, it's like pretty soon it's just gonna be like Ring Magazine are the only people gonna defend Lomachenko and his stands, because a lot of the objective people are really looking at it like y'all kind of trying too hard for a guy coming off that lost 1 out of 3 his last fights. And he didn't beat any champion or anybody ranked higher than the loss to elevate himself. So it's like come on, man, it's just not a good look. If anybody ever want to ask the whole new media versus old media, like Lomachenko's the real answer. Like there will never be a truce or any type of fucking agreement until old boxing media gets Lomachenko dick out their mouth.
Also,
that's the only thing I could say. Like honestly, like there's just it's just obviously it's over. It's blatant. Y'all have no fucking excuse, and shout outs to everybody that's just been taking them to task for it.
Right.
Cause it's a good look. Like I said, like if this keeps on going, by next year time, no one's gonna give a fuck about a fucking Ring Magazine or their pound for pound.
They barely give a fuck about it now. So
exactly, they have to argue with people to keep a buzz. Like, dude, if I'm telling you, if you was to just have a social experiment on boxing Twitter, if all the popping accounts and YouTubers and influential people on YouTube on boxing Twitter, meaning influential to the point you have at least over 300 followers, anywhere from 300 followers to damn 5,000, or your posts typically get 5, 6, 7, 10 retweets. Like, motherfuckers see your shit. Like, if you're in the know, in the mix, whatever the fuck, if those people decided to just block or mute all the old boxing media for 1 week, it would fall apart. It just, people have to decide when they're gonna do it. Like this whole arguing, like this should truly be the last year we even have to argue with them. Like it's useless.
Yeah.
So what happens if someone else, if Golovkin knocks out Canelo, are you gonna find a way to put him on pound for pound list, or are Lomachenko just gonna go down to 8?
Right.
Will Canelo
Yeah.
still be pound for pound? I mean, you lose a decision, then 2 losses in a row. I don't know. Like, these are the questions people want to know, because y'all still got Lomachenko in the fucking list.
Right.
So what's the point?
Yeah. So yeah, Ring Magazine, you guys got to do better. Like, you know,
A lot better.
Yeah, a lot better. I mean, honestly, if it wasn't for the Best I Face series that they do, which is probably something, which is still one of the best, you know,
Facts.
best versions of, like, the best examples of boxing journalism today when done correctly. You know, so if I wouldn't even read the Ring website or anything like that. You know?
Yeah, y'all just good for the schedules. Shit, the mailbag trash now, because it's like boxing fans.
Because a lot of non-boxing ass niggas like to ask an actual boxing insider and someone who's respected a lot of stupid non-boxing ass questions.
Yeah, and hypotheticals and A-side nonsense. So it's like y'all are losing the opportunity to really ask about upcoming fights and get predictions and get shit analyzed. That's like going to a fucking restaurant and you shadowing the gourmet chef. You get to shadow Gordon Ramsay and all you want to do is talk about goddamn football.
Oh Lord, I just don't even fuck with Dougie anymore. He's like,
yeah, he's jaded. He's to the point. He's sold out. Like, he's done.
The only light skinned nigga with a ponytail in boxing I respect is Keith Thurman, and he don't even have his ponytail anymore. So,
or much of a hairline for that matter.
Yeah.
Damn. So I guess it means I'm the last light skinned.
Yes, you're the last light skinned nigga with yes. You're the light skinned nigga with a ponytail. So yes.
Damn. So okay. I ain't done. Cue the Highlander music. Yeah, y'all got Queen going. Princess of the Universe. Y'all gonna start it off for me? Yeah. Here we are, motherfucker. Like, yeah. That's it. They could be only one, so that means it's coming. Like, you know, I'm just put it out there. One day, we just not gonna care about your Ring Magazine top 10 pound for pound list. You would be begging us to fucking look at it and argue about that stupid shit. It's coming. Shit, y'all already blocking people and still trying to read their tweets and talk shit about them. Yet y'all are so high and mighty, y'all don't care about the fans and YouTubers and influencers. Right. You just sound like a bunch of petty racist motherfuckers to me. Right. That are just so detached from the sport that they just don't know how to proceed with it. And you guys are just taking up space, because I feel like Ring Gang, as well as other people, have a bigger influence and want to be heard more than y'all. And y'all being in the way and niggas are just arguing with y'all slows down the growth of boxing. And boxing has always had arguments with fans and media, but it's different now. There's like a literal divide. And usually once there's division, it hardly ever comes back whole. So what happens is that part that gets divided falls off and breaks into nothingness. And sometimes it gets reassimilated into the half they broke off from. So just keep that in mind. I'm telling you, if we decide to just ignore, let everyone mute or block fucking Ring Magazine the next time they drop their pound for pound list. How dare you? Watch what happens. No one's gonna argue. By the time y'all have Lomachenko off the list, we not gonna care. So I ain't got nothing else to say about these fuck niggas.
Yeah, and that, to me, I think that was definitely like a perfect way to end the discussion, man. So yeah, gotta do better.
Much better.
Yeah. So just before we get up out of here, obviously, there's just few things to mention. Obviously, I mean, there is another card on this weekend. It's actually on a Friday on the Zone. Now a better opponent, we would have actually done a whole segment about it. But unfortunately, we have one Juan Francisco Estrada, who after a year or so of so much fuckery is finally fighting again, but not against Joshua Franco, which would have been a hell of a fight, but no, he's fighting against a Mexican journeyman, an RG Cortez. And it just made me mad because the poster looks nice and everything like that, and the undercard fight's actually kind of entertaining, but it's just Estrada, to say that the WBC franchise and Ring Magazine Super Flyweight titles are on the line instead of the actual WBC and WBA titles that you actually won in the ring is on the line. Nah, bruh. I don't know what type of shit time he's on these days. The funny thing is too is he came up before, obviously, when we did our pound for pound list, and I had him at 15 because literally he's hanging there on the thread. He's even on more of a thin ice than Lomachenko is to me. Because simply, I don't know what the fuck he's doing, but but he is fighting on Friday. This is supposed to be his quote unquote tune up before going after Chocolatito in a third fight. That's supposed to happen this year or early next year, depending on if
should have been fucking happened.
Yeah, exactly. So
Nope.
I don't know what the fuck is the problem with. Estrada's been moving super funny for whatever
Dude,
reason.
funny. Didn't he have I know he had COVID, but did he have lung scarring too or some shit?
Yeah, I know he had COVID, and then he was ordered to fight his fight, and then he wanted to take the fight with Franco, and then
And then they were steering him away from them, Cesar Martinez.
yeah, absolutely.
He hasn't fought
They was
since
nah, they
either
don't
way.
want to fight him.
He hasn't fought since then, right? Since Roman Gonzalez, right?
Yeah, he hasn't fought in a while. It has been at the Chocolatito fight. Rematch was his last fight, wasn't it? Or
Yeah.
I think it was his last fight. Yeah.
yeah.
Because Chocolatito fought after that, ain't it?
That was over a year and a half ago.
Yeah, that was a year and a half.
Chocolatito
ago,
fought JCM, Julio Cesar Martinez, I think. Yeah.
Yeah.
He beat his ass. Yeah, how the fuck I forget that?
So yeah, it's just weird that Estrada's just for a guy, and he is talented. We put respect that he's absolutely talented, but he's been moving on some fuck shit lately. But just for the fact that this fight could determine how certain parts of 115 move forward, because because I know a fight with Jesse Bam Rodriguez is also on the pipeline. Because unfortunately Estrada is the lineal champion in that 115. So. So that's why he's somewhat of an important person, even though he's not moving like he is important. He's
Dude act like this damn Lennox after the Vitaly fight.
Yeah, dude's thinking dude's look, I got my win over all the other four kings in the division. So yeah, just
whether you think I deserve them or not.
Yeah. So he's just let me live. But I mean, he's got to fight Friday night. So obviously, if you don't have shit going on and shit like that, I mean, he's gonna be fighting live on DAZN.
So you got Friday boxing with no Saturday boxing.
It's not Friday. Excuse me. Is it Friday? Oh, it's actually on Saturday. Excuse me.
Oh, is it Saturday? Huh?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's
I was
the
like,
Saturday
damn,
card.
that's weird. Nigga watch boxing Friday night, then you have a free Saturday night. And then you watch boxing Sunday night.
Yeah, that would be fucking weird. But no, it's actually.
Although that's happened before.
Yeah, it's rare, but it's happened before. But this is the actual Saturday card. Excuse me, not Friday. And then the Ruiz Ortiz fight is on a Sunday. So at least you got a weekend with extra. So yeah, if you're chilling, you're not doing anything, that's on there for you to watch. And yeah, you can see if Estrada can actually make it. First, we'll have to see if he actually gets into the ring, because Estrada's been, kind of on some horseshit lately, so we have to wait until he's actually in the ring and the referee gives him the instructions.
yeah, touch gloves, because raise some of these. I kind of look at Ryan Garcia fights the same way.
Yeah, and Estrada unfortunately never used to be this way, but yeah, he has to get this treatment now. But that's the only thing I want to say, because we had to give him a couple bars because we don't like the way he's moving, but it is what.
Let him live, son. Let him live.
Yeah.
Shit. But final thoughts.
Final thoughts. Like I said, it was a decent weekend of boxing. It was one card. And obviously now the schedule is definitely going to pick up. And especially in the next couple of weeks or so, this, and then we got the women's boxing, and then we got Canelo Triple G 3. Yeah, boxing's gonna pick up really like real soon. So, and then obviously with the exception of one person from Florida, the NFL season also starts in a couple of weeks too. So we're all we're all excited about that. Eagles are number one. So yeah. So yeah, that's my final thoughts pretty much. I think it's appropriate that I ended it with Eagles are number one. So
Joshua ain't.
Nigga, okay, look, we're about to start with no gloves, bro. Like, you understand me? Like, no glove sparring, bro. You keep bringing that shit.
Don't worry, you gonna have to fight a whole army of disciples down here, like before you get to me, nigga. I'm on some boss shit, like
one by one. All of them will take a punch.
I don't know, like if you could go through a whole squad of Dominican punchers, nigga. I don't know. Be my guest.
So yeah, nigga, I can't feel you niggas sometimes, yo. But yo, Pilot, yo, your final thoughts, bro?
I don't got much, yo. You know what it is, ringing radio all day, every day. A few times over the weekend, but I don't have much. Check us out at ringingradio.com and every platform imaginable, and that's all I got, man. Be easy this weekend.
Yes, sir. And Big P, your final thoughts?
It's Ring Gang all day, every day, twice on Sundays. Ring Gang all day, every day, twice on Sundays.
Yes, sir.
You already know where to find us at. You know what I'm saying? ringgangradio.com. We got some more content coming. So just, keep fucking with us. You know where to find us else on YouTube, Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, Facebook, Ring Gang Radio. You know the vibes.
Yes, sir. And LB, your final thoughts?
Oh man, just shout outs to everybody holding it down in the live chat, stream, all of that. Podomatic, Anchor, to everybody worldwide. New boxing media, no doubt. I don't know about the OLD MEDIA. I mean, I don't know about them, but I guess the Jedis need the Sith in order to do Jedi shit. So hey, shout outs to y'all too.
Right.
But it's gang. World is out. I tried single out. Shout outs to Keith Soprano and McAdoo for the beat. You know what it do. More shit on the way. Make sure y'all follow the TikTok and all the other platforms we got, man. So many to name. You know what it is. We're gonna try to get some more collabs going, more interviews going, and just more fly shit. Boxing about to pick up. We're gonna have some the ladies' night fight coming up soon, and then we're gonna have a fight that nobody wanted to see until they wanted to see it, with Triple G and Golovkin, and hopefully Spence Crawford gets made.
Wait, Triple G and Golovkin? They're gonna be fighting. Yeah. They're gonna be fighting themselves.
I mean, they may as well. I mean, shit. They both beat Canelo. I may as well watch a Triple G versus Golovkin fight. Like, I feel like Triple G was in the damn first fight, and then Golovkin was in the second fight. Oh man, but yeah, that's it, man. I don't know what else to say. I'm probably gonna see if I could chill, watch a movie later. Like, that's it, the fun.
Yeah, and thankfully, it's still sunny over here, so obviously I'm gonna be go out there, enjoy myself and whatnot. So yeah, man, so of course, as always, man, we hope y'all have like a blessed Sunday and everything like that. Just keep a positive outlook, keep a positive front. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, it's just be positive, man. And Ring Gang, like I say, we got you. Like I said, always, as always, man. Go to everything that we do, especially our website and our YouTube. Like, listen, like, and subscribe. Tell your comment and subscribe, and tell your friends to do the same. We can all be friends because we do this shit for y'all. So yeah, for myself, Pat Scorpio, the New England representative. For LB Shuttleworth, the God, the GOAT artist. For King P, Bodega P, and for Conscious Pilot. And this has been another wonderful episode of Real Talk, where, as always, if shit's real, we talk about it. So until next time, peace.
Now just tell them niggas.